The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on the Leo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's cooking show.
Aloha and welcome to the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. Today I have as my buddy here, J.E. How are you, J.E.?
Very good, thank you very much, and ready and willing to enjoy.
Okay, and you just came back from Australia.
From down under, yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the heck out of it. It was good food there as well.
Oh yeah,
Good wine.
good wine.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So J.E., we're going to talk since you overate over there.
Very much so.
You probably need to just kind of eat healthy. I tend to like to make salads because it's a great way for people to eat their vegetables, to eat some fruit, combine into a dish.
Right.
And so we're going to make a kale salad. And kale was popular a few years ago, and then it's not as popular anymore. But one of the problems to me is that a lot of people don't know how to prepare it. The most important thing in kale is it has to be massaged.
Massage the kale. Okay.
Okay. And the reason you massage the kale, I wash my hands. You massage it with some olive oil. And the reason you do that is you take away bitterness, and then you also tenderize it. So by the time you finish massaging the kale, it should not be green. It should be like an olive green.
Wow.
So we're going to work on that. And it's going to be a very simple salad. We're going to work on the massaging, but we're going to add pine nuts. We're going to add avocado.
There we
we're
go.
going to add apples. And so we're going to have a variety of different vegetables and fruits to make a nice salad. Okay. So let's start off by making the vinaigrette. I'm going to make a balsamic vinaigrette. This is organic balsamic vinegar from Modena. Went to Modena. It is so interesting because they make, and you've just come from Adelaide where they made wine.
Right.
Well, the Modena balsamic vinegar is made in barrels too. It's aged in barrels. Wow. So you're like going in and you're looking at they're making wine, but they're making vinegar. And so this vinegar is so amazing. And then of course it has all the it has to have, in Italy, everything has to be certified. Like the Parmigiano Reggiano has to be certified.
Okay.
Well, so does this. The balsamic vinegar, if it says it's from Modena, there's some, somebody's checking it to say, okay, this is really from Modena. But anyway, so I need half a cup of balsamic vinegar. And have you ever had balsamic vinegar?
Yes.
It has a nice sweetness.
Right.
Yeah, because it is made out of wine, red wine.
I did not know that, but it makes sense, yeah.
Beautiful. So half a cup and 2 teaspoons of honey. Well, then I have to get something to push it down. Okay, the honey.
A little more sweetness to it.
Yeah, and then I'm going to put actually a tablespoon and a teaspoon of vinaigrette and 2 garlic cloves, and then some black pepper. But the other thing I need is about 3/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. So because we're going to shake it, I'm just going to pour it in. If I was making an emulsion, I would have drizzled it in very
Slowly.
This is my other trick. Whenever I make vinaigrette, I add about maybe half a teaspoon or less of xanthan gum. And with xanthan gum, it creates an emulsion. I'm going to shake this, but then I'm going to add some xanthan gum. And it'll thicken it, and it'll make, what it'll do when it's, I have a nice emulsion. what is doing it is
You didn't put the gum in yet, right?
no, I didn't. I just wanted to see the consistency and if there would be separation. It is actually pretty nice. I'm just going to add a little bit. This is my xanthan gum that I store in my pantry. I'm just going to add very little to thicken it a little. And the xanthan gum is made from fermenting and active bacteria.
That's a good amount.
That's a good amount. I only wanted to go half a teaspoon.
Well, that's a little bit more than half. It's gonna be thick. Rich and thick and balsamic.
Half a teaspoon.
Oh.
So mix that up and put this on the side and ready. Okay, so we got that ready.
Got it.
That will not separate now because the xanthan gum will stop it from separating. Got a beautiful scent.
Yeah.
Now, the critical thing here is the kale. Fortunately, I was able to get from a hydroponic farmer very young leaves. But what you need to do is when you have kale, you need to take off the tough stems. So all you're left is all these beautiful leaves.
Yeah, very beautiful.
They're really beautiful. Now, I hate it when people don't prepare it properly. And what happens is, okay, see the color?
Right.
And what happens is they are eating tough leaves that are bitter, that are not tender. It's so bad. So I am going to massage it.
Tenderize it.
I'm tenderizing it. I'm taking out the bitterness in the kale because kale is a cruciferous vegetable in the family. See all these? This is
Yeah, it should go out.
in the cruciferous, and they're so healthy for us. They're full of vitamins and minerals.
The greener the leaves, the better it is for you. That's what
That's
I've
what
heard.
you're told.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're gonna now turn this into olive green
yeah.
because we're going to massage it. There was a restaurant in town that used to have kale salad. They never massaged it. So guess what I did when I got my
You would massage it
I go
yourself.
to wash my hands in the bathroom and I go massage it. 'Cause I'm
That
like,
lady,
"I'm not doing it right."
she literally attacked the food.
Well, probably people think I'm crazy. I think, oh my God, that crazy lady is messing with her salad. But you can't eat it if it's not massaged because it is too tough. So I missed some, but I take off all these
Yeah.
stems. Okay, watch the color change as I massage it.
So that would be a telltale sign. You would be able to go to a restaurant, have the kale salad, and say, they did not tenderize this kale.
Exactly.
You'd know.
Yeah. You'd be the one customer. They're like, oh my God, you know. Oh,
But there is a big
But
difference there.
It makes such a difference.
Yeah.
I will not eat that salad unless it's massaged. So then one time I told the waitress because she asked me, is everything okay? I said, no, because they didn't massage the kale.
So it's more of a
She kinda-
crunchy if you don't massage it?
Okay, I'm going to give you one that's we didn't mess with. Okay, you eat that. It's bitter. And then I'm going to give you one that, see some. I mean, it's tender. It's young leaves, so it might be okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you one that I massaged. That's going to start. See, the colors are changing
Yeah,
already?
for sure.
You're getting it into an olive green, a dark green, and that's at the stage that you want it at.
So it's a pretty good massage then.
Yeah, you really have to massage it because you're tenderizing it, you're taking out the bitterness. It's a pretty good massage. Now this actually, you wouldn't believe it, is like 2 gallons of before I cut it
Really?
up, and this is 2 gallons of kale. So it's a lot of kale.
And it's been in existence for a long, long time, but it only picked up into the
Really popular.
nutrition, about what, 5 years ago or
Yeah,
so?
when they discovered that a lot of these cruciferous vegetables, which include cabbage
Okay.
and all of those kind of has sulfur in it, is really good for your health.
Why did it take so long, or had other cultures been using it for a long, long time?
Oh yeah, they have. But then they made it popular, and then they forgot to tell some chefs how to prep it. That, you know,
Lots of luster, so to speak. So
that it needs to be babied a little bit, like massaging up, you know.
So it's
Baby.
an exception rather than the rule for high-end restaurants to have kale salad because it's a little bit more to make.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's later in life. Who wants to spend the time massaging this? Because, you know, we'll be massaging it for about 5 minutes by the time with this much quantity. And when you're making a salad for a restaurant, you know, you have to make a large quantity. These are Fuji apples. This is not my choice of apple. I would want only because Fuji's do brown. But it's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it into 2 so that we have nice pieces of apple,
An avocado, and what else?
pine nuts, and cranberries, dried cranberries. We're gonna make a nice salad with this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, you know, one of the things, I'm a big advocate of eating healthy, and one of the things is we do not eat enough dietary fiber. And the new guideline for adults is now you should eat 30 grams of dietary fiber every day. It used to be 25. 25 was for some people hard to reach, but now it's 30. They're saying we should eat even more dietary fiber. If you think about it, and I used to count what I, you know, like if you ate half a papaya in the morning, that's 3 grams.
Wow.
Okay, so then what else do you eat in the morning? Another fruit, maybe not. Then if you eat for lunch, you eat a salad. A salad basically is about 3 or 4. This might be about 5 grams. So that's 8 grams. And then we're gonna put some apples, so maybe that's another 2 or 3. That's 12.
Jeez.
You know, it'll take a while for you to get up to 25 or 30. So it's a real challenge. I have done that to myself, where I've challenged myself in the course of the day, and even, you know, having a salad for lunch, it was really hard to
Get to 25.
get to 30, yeah, 25. So
Much less 30, you're adding even more.
5 more is another serving of something. So every time I always look at if there's labels, what the dietary fiber is, because that's really important.
Bananas?
Bananas have, I think, 2 or 3. I used to know all of that. This one has a lot of dietary fiber. One of the best are beans. Like a serving of kidney beans should have as much as 20 or more. So,
Cauliflower.
no, cauliflower is still 3 or 4. Broccoli too. So you could do a whole thing on dietary fiber because it's important. And dietary fiber, to me, I'll tell you what I feel. noticed a lot of reasons why we're healthier is our gut. And we need the dietary fiber to push things through our gut. And that's why I feel it's, you know, if you don't fix your gut, you end up with a lot of other problems. That's why when I preach about eat your fruits and vegetables, and I preach that every morning, every afternoon to the kids when they're eating their meals, eat your fruits and vegetables, because they have at least 2 or 3 servings of fruits or vegetables on the day. I have two fruits and maybe some vegetables. And it's not, they don't always eat it. It's not the easiest thing, but they hear it from me all the time. Eat your fruits and vegetables, because it'll affect their gut and their overall health. And I've had experiences of people that, you know, I get to be really bossy sometimes. And somebody I feel comfortable with, I say, you really need to eat when we're out to dinner or something and they want to eat only steak and potatoes.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Myself, I'll say,
Yeah, some vegetables, man.
You really should eat a salad or a side of broccoli or something, you know. And they're like, nah. But I got a lot of those people say to me afterwards, you know, you were right. I had a heart attack. I had diabetes. I had blah, blah, blah. I had this and I had that. And guess what? Now I'm eating fruits and vegetables. I'm like, okay. But I wanted them to eat before that.
Yeah.
To not have to be in a situation that they had a heart attack or to become a diabetic. And you could have prevented it just by starting off. So I try to start off the kids with that. I pack their lunch in the morning, and the compartment, there's at least 3 compartments that have fruits and vegetables. They don't always eat it.
But it's better for it to be there and have the option.
Yeah.
Granted, sometimes they won't, but if
you
you don't have it there, then they don't have an option. Maybe that day they feel like I want to eat healthy that day, and they do.
Yeah.
So better to give them the opportunity at least.
And I think I must have nagged my boys because I had 3 boys. And now, when they're in their 40s, they say, Mom, you know, all that you said about eating healthy and eating well, we realized that you're right. I had my second son just tell me that he lives in Germany, Neil, and when he came home the last time, he said, you were right. So now he's vegan. That's not my fault. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't say to go to that extreme. But he says, I'm off all medications. I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and it's nice to have your kids tell you, Mom, you were right about nagging me about eating my fruits and vegetables.
This makes sense, man. The what is it? You can spend a lot of money on making yourself better after you've gotten sick, or you can spend the money beforehand to make sure that you don't get sick. Yeah.
That's exactly what.
Yeah.
And that was the whole point. You know, it's like, it was ancient people who said, let food be your medicine.
Yeah.
There's something to that, because
Oh yeah.
I think we're so used to eating fast foods and junk food now that, you know, we're not eating the basic good foods that our grandparents maybe ate, and they never had the kind of problems that we have now. What I'm going to do is I am going to dress this with I want the dressing on the screen, but not necessarily anything else. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to dress this way. Remember, I made a salad last time. I like to layer my salad. I don't like the last person to do nothing. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to dress this salad. sometimes me will always have.
It looks very well tenderized, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, so much different than this.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do a layer of
Avocado. Good fat. And all of these would be under the classification of the aforementioned fiber.
having enough fiber.
Little sweetness in there.
Sweetness, dried cranberries. Put another layer.
Another layer of the kale.
And I got a lot of apples, so I'm just not messing around with
Some
it.
more apples. Layer of apples.
I'm making a mess. Okay, and a layer of avocados. Oops. Okay.
And then more cranberries.
Some cranberries. You know how expensive pine nuts are? When I was a kid, it was one of my mother's favorite things, and we used to go to the Chinese crack seed store, and we used to buy it from the big container,
Right?
and my mom would sit, it was in the shell, and just sit and eat pine nuts.
Really?
Yeah. we don't-
Like peanuts almost, huh?
Yeah, make a mess, because it's messy. You can't find them shelled anymore. They're all, you can only find them shelled. They're not,
I'm sorry, I never grew up with pine nuts.
just because my mom loved pine nuts. That's why I grew up with pine nuts.
Mine was pecans.
Pecans. You sure it's not pecans?
No, we went with pecans. They grew everywhere in Texas.
Yeah. And boy, I tell you, I've talked to Texans who said that their pecans are better than anywhere else. Is that true?
Well,
Is that
it is if you're from Texas, for sure.
Yeah. My friend Terry would always tell me the pecans in Texas are better than anywhere else in the world. Finish this off.
You can find them anywhere. You got pecan pies, got pecan cakes, you name it.
Hummingbird cake.
Barbecue pecan sauce.
No. Why would you put
I'm
pecan
telling you, man.
No way. I doubt it. I've never seen
Pecan massage oil,
it. No.
pecan brake fluid.
I would.
Could happen.
Sure it could, but
Pecan hand lotion. Yeah. Put it on your elbows,
Waste
man.
it on hand lotion.
Because it's a vast and unexplored nut. You forgot to put the cranberries on the top, the very top. Yeah, I know. Oh, we got even more.
Do you know about avocados?
Yeah, they're. I most likely anybody that's got any can call me up and I'll come get them.
Avocados are really interesting. They do not ripen until after you pick it. So if you have a tree and you pick it, I have this avocados. I marked it the day it was picked, so I knew exactly when it would be ripe. It takes about 6, depending on the weather, 5 to 7 days for it to ripen. So you don't have to mess with it and like press it and what you're gonna do is just smash it. You just figure it out. So this was marked as Sunday. So I knew that by here it would be ripened. And you saw how beautiful it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you can cut. What am I forgetting? Did I forget anything? No.
Let's see here.
Let's use all this something.
I think that's pretty good.
And I think what'll happen is anybody wants additional, clean up the mess.
They dig down to the bottom.
But remember now, the guy on the bottom's still gonna get stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate on that. But you know why? Because I cook, I'm the last person to eat, right?
Want to make sure I got
And
some.
then by the time I get to eat, there's nothing in there. I mean, there's just the greens, right? So,
But that in itself is a victory because everybody liked it. That means
well, that's,
there's nothing left.
Exactly.
So that should make you feel good in
that
itself.
makes me feel
If I make it to the bottom and there's nothing there, wow, everybody enjoyed that, man.
right. So what I'm gonna do is on the side, I'm going to put a little dish of dressing.
Sauce.
Some people like it. I don't like it dressed very much. I like the flavors of the greens to come out.
Okay.
And I don't want the vinegar, the balsamic vinegar, even if it's not a strong vinegar and it has a nice flavor, I don't want it to overpower my salad. But there are people who like to have more vinegar, so we'll just put that on the side. So let me but isn't that gorgeous? You could, serve it in a luncheon or buffet, and people will
And again, one of the main things about this one
enjoy.
is a lot of fiber
Yes.
in this one.
Yes.
From the kale,
Yes.
from the pine,
The nuts.
the nuts,
Cranberries.
even the avocado.
Yeah, the avocado doesn't have that much, but it does have fiber.
It's a good healthy meal that tastes really good.
I'm gonna make you healthy yet. Are you healthy?
I feel like I'm pretty healthy. I eat pretty healthy.
Good.
Yeah.
And you know what it is like my kids said, they eat good, they feel good. You know, when they eat, then all of a sudden they eat something that,
Yeah.
and then they don't feel good. And then they know that there's something in what we eat. What we eat makes us feel good or bad.
Makes sense.
Are
100%.
you ready to feel good?
I'm ready to feel good for sure.
Okay, let me clean up this mess and then I'll plate you up to taste it, okay? Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, great. Let's try this now and see. Healthy, but filling. And there's no guilt after you eat it.
Mm.
So your
The
kale
apples.
is not bitter anymore. It's still chewy, but it's not, I massaged it hopefully enough that it won't.
Not bitter at all, man. Got the sweetness in there.
From the apples and the cranberries. So you know what? If people are watching and they eat healthy, then I'll have an audience for a long time, right?
Ah, very good, very good.
So that's what I want to do. I want everybody to be healthy and live a long life.
Yeah.
So that's and you too. So you can be my partner every once in a while.
Good food that's good for you.
Right. Thank you for watching the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. Until next time, aloha.
Enjoy.